battery holder, some wires, and a motor. Now it might not seem like much, but you can do a lot with these two things. You can do these two gimmicks or the Bionic thumb, which you see in the trailer. I teach you how to do this, and the Bionic thumb, which is, you'll be using a lot of tape for this because each person has a different hand size for the Bionic thumb, and I still wanted you guys to be able to make this gimmick and this gimmick for your Instagram videos or for your Facebook videos. So I decided to, instead of just making the Bionic thumb with the thumb tip and everything, I decided just to include this, and you just tape it all together and choose which one you want to make. So you can make the Bionic thumb one day, and then the next day you can make this or this. So let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to make is the Bionic thumb. You have a lot of options with this. You can use a watch. You can just tape this part to your hand, which I prefer. Or you could get a zip tie and zip tie it to a watch. I don't like this method, but it's more if you want to be mobile and walking around and doing this effect. It's more sturdy, but the tape will be more adjustable, and you can make it preventable from being seen. So let's get into it. I'm gonna take this off, and we're going to go ahead and put on the motor. So we make sure this part right here is disconnected by putting it like this. We make sure our wires are straight, and we feed them through. I have a little bit of tape here, and take it off. We feed them through each side where the metal part sticks out like a donut. You could solder these on, but soldering isn't permanent, and sometimes you want to change out motors. So now if we test it, if you can hear that, it's working. And now we're going to take this to the back of our hand. Now once again, you can use the watch method, but I just don't prefer the watch method. It's good for hiding underneath the jacket or something like that, but I just don't prefer it. And another piece of tape. Literally all you need is just 2 pieces of tape. And we're going to go ahead. Actually, it looks like 3 pieces of tape. That one was too short. Go ahead. Take it to the back. There we go. Now you can tape these wires back here behind your thumb, but that's just extra tape. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on for you so you can see what it's like and talk about some of the angles. And that's how easy it is to build. Now I know you can see the wires, I know you can probably see this too, but these are for Instagram and Facebook videos, and maybe if you're on stage. This is not a practical effect for doing it up close when you're surrounded. So this is definitely good for if you want to post, like if you have a new deck of cards, take one of the jokers out or something and post a video like this. I mean that can get you a lot of likes, a lot of views, and so this is what it looks like from behind the back. And if you want to get intricate, you can buy more bionic thumbs and attach them to other fingers. And yeah, that's the bionic thumb right there. It's very simple. Don't get a thumb tip and hot glue this motor to the thumb tip, because what will happen is the hot glue will melt from the motor's heat and it'll fall off, and you'll think, what's going on? It keeps falling off and falling off. The best method I have found is just simply tape it on. It's that simple, and it allows you to make the other effects, and just a little bit of tape and you're fully functional. And instead of with a thumb tip, you would have to pop it in and out, and it's just a mess. And then to turn it off, you just move that switch right there and you're good. So let's get into the other effects. We're going to go into the box, which is a little more complicated, but it looks very nice. And then the card that looks like it's, balancing on the tip. So this is a different angle, but what this box is a box that's cut at a 45-degree angle with about 4 millimeters worth of space. You put your battery pack in the back, you put some holes and stick the wires to the back of the box and connect them to the motor, which is inside right here, which is good. And if my wires are still connected, it should turn on, which they are on. So now you gotta get a good angle for the motor. Get a card, stick it in, get it in there. This card has been used a couple times, so it might not spin too much, but see, it's good to, and you can't use hot glue for this because the hot glue will melt. You gotta kind of tape it down. And oh, I see the problem here. It was the wire that was in the way. But you want all this to be clear, nothing in the way. And let's get another card. So let me pause this for a second. Got another card that has a smaller hole. And we're going to press it in, and hopefully, there you go. There you go. Now that's a cool little optical illusion. It's very loud. So that's a cool optical illusion. Looks like the deck is being sawed in half. And this you can carry around. This you can keep in your pocket. This you can take on stage and show it off like you're gonna saw something in half. Very, very nice looking effect. And great for Instagram videos too, and Facebook videos too, if you want to show off a deck with the box and a card. So now we're gonna go on to the last, and this motor is not taped in there. It's not even glued into anything. It's just sitting in there, and that's because if I want to move it around like that, it's able to move around. And if I want to take it out, I can take it out easily. So if I want to go back to using the bionic thumb, instead of buying another bionic thumb, I just take it out and do it again. So we're gonna go on to, and to turn it off, you just flip it like that. Now we're gonna go on to this one real fast. This one is very, very simple. It just needs 2 cards and the Bionic thumb gimmick. You tape, you cut off, you see how that's cut off right? Let me see if I can focus on that. See how it's cut off, so it allows room for the motor to stick out from the card. So all this is just taped onto the card, but even though it's a lot of stuff and the wires are taped, it looks like a regular card. And so let's go ahead and do that real fast. Going to attach the card and voila. If we turn it around, it just looks like a card that's spinning. Now you do have this part sticking out, this part right here, but to counter that, you can just move the card up a little bit more. I don't mind because I use like the Ace of Spades, or you can use cards that have a card in the, a pip in the middle, and they will prevent you from seeing that little piece of metal. But this is a cool little effect. You can hold it out like that and stuff like that. Great for Instagram videos, great for Facebook videos. It was an actual cardistry effect, but it was spinning very slowly. This is much more faster than how it actually was. So that's it for you guys. I hope you enjoy the Bionic thumb. There's a lot of things you can do with it. It's just a motor, and we can't include batteries, but it's a motor and a battery pack. I mean, with that you can do so much stuff. You can be creative. Let me talk to you personally about it for a little bit, and then that'll be the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys like this gimmick and the download. It's one of my favorite effects to use in videos, especially cardistry videos and magic videos. It's good for everything, and the motor and the batteries, I mean not the battery but the battery pack, you can use for virtually anything. Let's say you wanted to use it for pictures or for a sawing in half illusion that's mini. You can use it for that. So there's tons of options you can do with this. This is a tool that you can use to further your magic and cardistry repertoire. And if you have any questions, email me here, and then I will get to you and we can discuss something. And if you have any problems, just let me know. And that's about it. Thank you guys.